Hi everyone, my name's Dustin Conrad, and yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying, just like my dad said with, I'm a person in recovery as well, and, the three components that I feel have really contributed to my recovery have been, A, learning how to breathe efficiently, so that my breath is not a reaction to my external life, and then B, obviously the exercise, getting in touch with my body and the motor skills. And then C is this aspect of community and fellowship and socializing, the social element. So with this evolution of my fitness and recovery, I've created a project, really, and it's that incorporates all three of those elements: the community aspect, the breathing, and the exercise component. And it's something that I feel is super beneficial. And there's been many research studies, obviously, I'm sure you guys are aware, as how effective aerobic exercise is on blood flow to the brain and then therefore clarity and efficiency of brain function. There's now some really interesting findings on, for example, they did this research in San Francisco on ballroom dancing and how that cognitive influence on moving multiple body parts affects your brain function and things like that. And a lot of the participants were seniors and getting up there in the age where things can deteriorate and get a little bit less effective. And then there was this third part, which is this element of music. And I'm going to read this to you, which is called the Interactive Metronome. And basically, this is a computer-based rhythmic training program that improves motor coordination, attention, focus, concentration, and sequencing in the brain. It was originally designed to bring musicians to perfect timing, but athletes benefit significantly from the ability to focus, improve motor control, and block out crowd noise and distractions. So professional athletes, including the football players at Notre Dame, use this interactive metronome to enhance their motor control, coordination, balance, gait, and it has additional benefits for language and cognition. When you can focus all your energy on the task at hand, on the field or in your life, you get in the zone, and you really go in for the win. So the last part of this project that I've created is the music, and being able to synchronize your body movements with the music. And I feel like that has another, it's just like targeting every way possible to really influence the ability to improve and enhance your cognitive function. So coordination is defined as using the brain to fire the right muscle fibers at the right time for a given physical task. And furthermore, it also says that strength, flexibility, power, and even endurance cannot be expressed to their full potential without coordination. Therefore, optimizing coordination should be one of your primary goals in regard to improving physical function. Another really interesting thing I wanted to point out is the crucial period for someone to develop coordination is between the ages of 10 and 13. So it's not when you're born, and it's not later in adolescence. It's 10 and 13, which is a really interesting thing. And there's never a time period where it ends. You can always improve and enhance your coordination. And then the third part I wanted to read to you guys is, where is it here? Oh yeah, is this book. If you guys are interested in it, this is a really great read. It's called Nature's Ritalin for the Marathon Mind. And it's basically exactly like what I'm talking about right now, is how impactful having exercise, and I'll read that again. It's Nature's Ritalin for the Marathon Mind. The impact of exercise on...
Ritalin?
Yeah, Ritalin, like the drug Ritalin.
Oh.
The impact on exercise for not only the physicality, but the mental aspect. And this book talks about and really has a big focus on the benefits of exercise on troublesome brain disorders, neurological brain and behavioral conditioning that result in hyperactivity and other ailments in order to focus on tasks. So it's a very, it's a big field, and there's a lot to be said about how impactful exercise is. So the second thing is I'll talk a little bit about what this multi-limb resistance band training is, because that's what this is. The company that the business that I've developed is called Bands and Body, and it's based on a theory called multi-limb resistance band training, which means that you're moving multiple body parts per movement. And what that does is it increases, not only are you getting a lot more done in less time, you're working a lot more muscles simultaneously, it also increases your body awareness and coordination, and very quickly. I see a lot of people that I work with, they improve their balance and their coordination, and it happens very quickly, faster than any other type of exercise I've seen. The other thing about resistance band training is that you'll notice that obviously they're stretchy, they're very stretchy. So resistance bands have, there's three major components and benefits to these. One is obviously what I was talking about, the multi-limb resistance band stuff, which is the ability to move multiple body parts under resistance, and often under equal resistance. Let me just demonstrate one thing real quick here. So for example, when you step on it with both feet, it gives you this whole other realm of exercises that you can do. You can work in all sorts of different planes, horizontal, vertical, and so let me show you this movement here. So for example, doing a front raise squat, which is what this would be called, and then you can rise out of that and you can do what's called a side body split. You can go back and forth between alternating sides. You can do squat overhead presses. There's a whole realm of exercises that can be done on a personal level. But what I found with the element of community, that creates this whole other realm of exercise that you can do, because you hook the bands together one-on-one or as a circle, which we'll attempt in a little bit. But the other element, I said there was three elements, is this, what I call angled counter resistance, meaning that you can target the muscle at every single angle possible in order to get the muscle to develop in its fullness, internally and externally. With weighted objects, you're restricted to only a vertical plane, for example, bicep curls. For example, with bicep curls with resistance band training, you can do a bicep curl in the vertical plane, you can do it horizontal, you can even do it from the ceiling down. So it really gives you this wide array of different ways to impact the muscle. The third one is what I call interactive neural responsiveness, which is literally your ability to interact on a nerve or neural level with the exercise component. For example, the resistance band stretches, it contracts and lengthens in direct correlation with your bodies, the forces that your body is putting on it. So it's a really interesting thing, and that's what makes it such a functional type of fitness training, and safe also, because obviously with constant resistance, complications can develop, but when the resistance is eased and produced with your body's function, it makes it a much safer and much more dynamic approach. So, and then I'll talk a little bit lastly, and then we'll do a little demonstration, is the element of community. So when the bands are hooked together, basically the format of the class is there's four components. There's what are called circle drills, which is where you form a circle and there's a midpoint and everyone is stretched from it. And you're learning how to do movements in unison. And you learn how to synchronize with another, and you learn how to build this level of rapport with each person in this group. Because for the group to be able to function properly and in synchronicity, it really requires the whole group. The second part is partner drills, where you learn how to, on a one-on-one level, how to function in that realm. And then the third part is what are called relays, which are basically the relay races, where you're getting you learn logically how to creatively come to a solution on how to get to one end, whichever the task is involved, whether it's jumping or the one that I really like is this one here. So the band's rolled up. This is really funny. So I'm in the process of creating a little commercial to show in a presentation to these corporations. And I used this relay race to show how creativity is influenced on a corporate world. So the band is rolled up like this, and you have to figure out how to get the band from here to the other end, to your partner, and without having it unroll or without losing it. When you get to the end, also you have to figure out how to get the band from between your legs in between their legs. So you see a lot of this action here, and the key is really to bend the knees to get it at an angle so that they can reach down and grab it with theirs. So in the commercial, she's sitting at a computer, and her coworker says, "Hey Marie, can you get this file to admin ASAP?" And she has the file, and she goes, "Yeah, of course," and she rolls it up like this. puts it in between her legs, and she hops out the door. Right there. So, so it influences a corporate world on a multiple levels. But as far as like teamwork and stuff, I brought this class into drug rehabs, and it's remarkable because it really creates an underlying like homeostasis in the environment that's created. When when you're living with people or working with people in close quarters, I feel it's really crucial to be able to have it function on an easy plane where everyone's kind of like lighter. So it really has a unique way of getting at that. And it's just a really fun and low-impact approach to exercise. It's nothing crazy. You're not doing any backflips or somersaults. It's really light exercise, but in the same realm, it also does have you're using multiple body parts, so it does get exhausting, and it does burn a lot of calories very quickly. So, let's see here. Yeah, so I think the next thing that what would be really fun is, for those of you who are interested, we'll do a little demonstration. We'll put on some music, and we'll see how it goes. So and you don't have to at all, but raise your hand if you're interested in participating. Perfect, cool. So that'll create a good little...
Except wearing a skirt.
Except you can do it. The great thing about this is anyone can do it.
Okay.
You have the cane, so you can also do this sitting down. Completely.
Okay.
So you guys who raise your hands, just come up here to the front. You can do it without shoes.